Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and ensure you never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links are waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. Virginia enters this matchup with a flawless 2-0 record, showcasing early season form that's hard to ignore. With the Cavaliers receiving over a full possession on the spread, the value becomes evident, especially in what's projected to be a tightly contested, low-scoring affair. Every point matters in games like these. On the other side, Villanova's program has been middling of late. They've posted a 2-2 record this season and are 37-34 overall under coach Kyle Neptune, including a pedestrian 20-20 in Big East play over the past 2 seasons. These are the hallmarks of a team struggling to find consistency. Meanwhile, Virginia's defense and three-point shooting, 37.5%, ranked 69th nationally, are keeping them competitive, making them a strong candidate to cover the spread and possibly win outright. Prediction: Virginia Cavaliers +4. Virginia's defense, a cornerstone of their identity, remains a nightmare for opponents despite the recent coaching change. According to KenPom, they rank 66th in adjusted defensive efficiency, allowing just 97.9 points per 100 possessions. Villanova also boasts a top 100 defense, ranked 93rd with 100.6 points conceded per 100 possessions. While solid, Villanova's defense doesn't have the same impact as Virginia's. A crucial factor here is the tempo. Both teams operate at a snail's pace. Virginia ranks 361st in adjusted tempo, averaging just 65 possessions per 40 minutes, while Villanova isn't much quicker at 311th with 68.4 possessions. To put that in perspective, there are only 364 Division I programs. This deliberate style points strongly to a low-scoring battle. Prediction: under 129.5 points. TCU versus Michigan analysis and predictions. TCU's high field goal efficiency is the cornerstone of their offense, giving them a significant advantage in maintaining scoring momentum. This efficiency not only allows the Horned Frogs to dictate the pace, but also positions them to build and sustain leads, particularly when paired with their aggressive defensive play. Against a Michigan team that has shown defensive vulnerabilities, TCU's balanced approach on both ends of the court makes them a strong contender to cover the spread. Prediction: TCU -2.5 points. TCU's ability to execute in transition is a key factor in this matchup. Their quick ball movement and fast breaks consistently exploit defensive gaps, generating points at a high rate. Michigan's reliance on transition play adds to the game's up-tempo nature, increasing the overall number of possessions and scoring opportunities. This pace, combined with TCU's shooting efficiency and likely trips to the free throw line, suggests a high-scoring affair. Prediction: over 148.5 points. With both teams favoring a faster tempo and the Horned Frogs excelling at capitalizing on transition opportunities, expect an exciting, high-scoring game that pushes the total past the set mark. This in-state rivalry features two evenly matched teams with a long-standing history of competitive games. Florida State enters with a home court advantage, a factor that often tilts the balance in close matchups like this. The Seminoles have shown impressive offensive depth to start the season, with a different player leading the team in scoring in each of their first 3 games. This versatility will challenge Florida's defensive schemes and help Florida State stay competitive throughout. While Florida might edge out a close win, the Seminoles' diverse offensive threats make them a strong pick to cover the spread. Prediction: Florida State Seminoles +5. Rivalry games often see defensive intensity ramp up, especially during key possessions, and this matchup should be no different. Both teams have the tools to slow the game down when needed, despite their relatively fast tempos. Florida State ranks 29th in adjusted tempo, and Florida sits at 45th per KenPom. With Florida State's games consistently trending under 3-0 on the season, and both teams expected to lock in defensively, this has all the makings of a low-scoring affair. Prediction: under 156 points. Expect a hard-fought battle where both teams focus on limiting transition opportunities and forcing tough shots in the half-court. The under looks like a strong play in what should be a grinded-out rivalry game. Monmouth versus Rutgers. This game sets up as a mismatch on paper, with Rutgers hosting a 0-3 Monmouth team that has struggled mightily to start the season. The Hawks have been outclassed in their first 3 games, losing by an average margin of 22 points, and now face a defensively stout Scarlet Knights squad. While laying a large number like -17.5 with Rutgers isn't always appealing, this matchup appears favorable given Monmouth's glaring defensive struggles. Ranked 311th in adjusted defensive efficiency, Monmouth is conceding 109.9 points per 100 possessions, providing Rutgers with an excellent opportunity to stretch the lead and cover the spread. Prediction: Rutgers Scarlet Knights -17.5. Rutgers' strength lies in their defense, which ranks 32nd in adjusted efficiency and allows just 95.5 points per 100 possessions. They're well-positioned to shut down Monmouth's anemic offense, ranked 263rd with an average of only 65.7 points per game this season. The Scarlet Knights' deliberate pace, 194th in adjusted tempo, 70.5 possessions per game, limits scoring opportunities for both teams, making it unlikely that Rutgers piles on offensively, despite the favorable matchup. Prediction: under 145.5 points. Monmouth's offensive struggles and Rutgers' defensive dominance make this a strong candidate for a low-scoring game. The Hawks are likely to be held below 60 points, and Rutgers' methodical style won't push the total beyond the set mark. This one shapes up to be a defensive clinic from the Scarlet Knights. SMU versus Butler. This matchup sees 2 strong offensive teams squaring off, with a historical tie between the programs dating back to the 1939-40 season, where Butler edged out a defensive battle. Butler gets the nod as the home team, but SMU is receiving considerable respect early in the season. The Mustangs, under the guidance of new head coach Andy Enfield, have quickly come together with standout performances from Miller, who has taken on the leadership role and is delivering career highs. This balanced attack has allowed SMU to get contributions from multiple players, as evidenced by their ability to have at least 5 players score in double digits in multiple games. While Butler also boasts some strong scorers, their depth and size disadvantage, particularly in rebounding, could prove to be costly in this matchup. Prediction: SMU to win. Butler has been effective on offense, especially after their upset loss earlier in the season, and their shooting ability, highlighted by a 56% performance last game, will keep them competitive. However, SMU's superior depth, rebounding, and overall offensive execution should give them the edge in this contest. The Mustangs' ability to control the tempo and dominate the boards will likely be the difference. Prediction: over 155 points. Both teams have high-powered offenses, with Butler ranked 97th in adjusted offense and SMU at 43rd. SMU in particular has been lighting up the scoreboard, scoring over 81 points in every game so far. While Butler is more methodical, their recent offensive outburst and efficient shooting should contribute to a high-scoring game. With both teams capable of putting up big numbers, the over looks like a solid bet in this matchup.